Hello, Lisa here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this first impressions walkthrough of Mystical Medleys, a vintage cartoon tarot by Gary Hall, published by Liminal 11. You guys, I have been waiting and waiting to be able to preview this deck. I am so excited to have it in my hands. I think when this video goes out, this deck will be readily available for purchase at any major retailer that sells Liminal 11 products, or you can always check out Liminal 11 and order from them directly. But Liminal 11's decks, they do send me these for review. They are just beautifully produced. We're gonna talk about the box and all the goodies, but can I just tell you, I found out this deck was coming out some time ago and I've been so excited to get my hands on it. I dig these vintage cartoon vibes. The box is great. And it's all got this kind of worn old feeling. It literally feels like the kind of thing that, like, I don't know, one of my aunts or uncles or grandparents would have had, like, just kicking around like in a back room somewhere with their books or something and like stumbling upon it. That is the feeling I get from this deck. But like Liminal 11's other decks, we have a magnetic kind of flap at the bottom, like so. So that part's magnetic, so you can like pick this up and the deck's not going to slide out. And then look at this on the bottom. When you open this flap, you get this scene. It looks like that's from the Devil card. How cute is that? And then this part slides out. And we have a little box here. Now, Liminal 11, the way that they do their decks and their books, the book is just a bit bigger than the deck. So there's this cardboard insert when you first get the deck. There'll be this cardboard insert that you can take out. I think it's just to keep the deck from rattling around because, as you can see, the book is just a bit wider than the cards. So that's how this interior compartment is designed. Inside the box, if you look, there is, I don't know if the camera will pick it up. It's pretty dark in there, but let's see if I can bring some more light. Just so you can see, there's a sun in there. That's a lot of light. We're gonna fix that. Anyway, so really cute, sturdy box. Enough about the box. Liminal 11's guidebooks. Oh my gosh, look at that. How great is that with all the detail on it? Oh my goodness, that is so cute. They tend to be hardcover. Oh my gosh, even the pages look like distressed. Okay. This seems a little bit like wordier than some of their other guidebooks have been. We'll take a closer look at that in a bit. But typically what I find with Liminal 11 guidebooks is that you get a decent amount of information on the majors, a much more truncated message for the minors, not necessarily a lot of extra stuff. But it looks like this is a little more expanded than from what I remember from some of their other decks, which is nice. I really do enjoy when the artwork is addressed in the guidebooks, and Liminal 11 doesn't typically do a lot of that. At least the formatting of their guidebooks doesn't seem to allow for that. I do love these cute little hardbound books, though, that are the right size to sit in the bag or box or whatever with your deck. All right, let's take a look. So these are the backings. I think they're so great. They remind me of like vintage, I don't know, like old fortune tellery stuff. Like it's got this almost like Illuminati kind of feel with these pyramids and the eyes and like these goofy moons and all the suits symbols and just, yeah, it's got this like kind of dingy color to it. I'm all about it. Okay. And then I've already known this about this deck, but as you can see, there's distressing along the borders of the cards, and the borders are pretty chunky, but for whatever reason, that doesn't seem to bother me in this deck. I think just the style of it. Thin-ish, like it's not thin. It's quite a chunky deck, as you can see, but the cardstock feels very flexible. It doesn't feel stiff or cardboardy, so that's really nice. All right. Production stuff aside, let's do a little flip through and tour these cards. Oh my gosh, so here we have that almost Illuminati pyramid face thing, but with ears and a little happy dog friend. That sun is like stupid happy. And I love that there's a little happy face even on the white rose, but it's very actually Rider-Waite-Smith inspired. If you look at the scenery, it's almost identical to the Rider-Waite-Smith, but with this spin of this vintage cartoon character on it. Oh my God, the magician's face is just an eyeball. And these little smiley, everything has a face. I'm going to have to think about how I feel about that, but it's so quirky. I love that the table is literally looking up at the magician like, what you doing? Also, there's a triple moon symbol engraved on the table, which is that on the Rider-Waite-Smith? I don't think I've noticed that. Also, I can't tell if that's meant to be a shadow underneath the table or like some kind of like trap door. That's just really, really cute. Oh my gosh. Here's our high priestess and the goofy moon again. We have the Torah that she's holding. The pineapple trees. What are pineapple trees? Oh my god, palm trees behind her. And the two pillars look kind of angry and imposing. Oh my god. This literally looks like if tarot was like a goofy cartoon from like, I don't know, the 60, I don't know what age group, year group, what time period? Why can't I use my words? This would be from, but it's great. It's so quirky. This goofy emperor is everything, but you can clearly see that he's armored. I love him. Okay, the people with an entire face is an eyeball. I actually don't know how I feel about that. Here we have angry pillars again. The pillars in this deck so far seem pretty grumpy. Like, they really do. The lovers. Oh my god, the silliness. I just can't. The rubbery arms and, like, legs of all the characters. The chariot. He looks nervous. I think it's his facial expression, but yeah, he looks a little bit nervous. Strength. She seems like she's getting along real good with the lion. Oh, our hermit looks freaked out too. I don't like that they look freaked out. I mean, I get that it's meant to be goofy and silly, but I don't like that. Because our hermit should be like very calm and collected because he's done all this introspective work. He shouldn't be like, I don't know, scared of whatever the light is shining on. I don't know if I like that. But that bugs me a little bit. Okay, our wheel looks mad too. I have feelings about this because I love the vibe of this deck. I really, really do. But I feel like I'm just drawn immediately to everybody's facial expressions. And I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. The wheel's like, I'm going to fling y'all around any which way. I don't know how I feel. Oh, man. We have really unhappy pillars. Are y'all noticing? Oh, I'm kind of scooching out of frame here. We have some really unhappy pillars happening. This one looks angry. This one looks like freaked out and sad. Justice seems pretty cool and collected, though, which is good. I mean, that is what we want to see from Justice, for sure. The Hanged Man. There's a lot of worry. Maybe it's just the way that these faces are. Okay, the worry makes sense in the death card, obviously, because, like, here comes Trump and death, right? Like, that's no fun. But meanwhile, our Temperance card, she's good. Like, she's chilling. She is happy. Things are great. She's got her star glasses on. The world is amazing. The Devil card is super cute. I saw this, obviously this graphic on the box, so that's really cute. The Tower. See, this is where we definitely want to see freak out and worry. Although the Tower itself looks upset. Like, it looks like it has a face, and it's like trying to cover its head. Like, stop poking me. I don't like it. Our Star card is an actual star. I dig it. The Moon. See, this looks not at all freaked out. And our pillars here, okay, wait, hold on. Our pillars and the Moon card are happy, but the Moon card is where we should see some, like, trepidation or worry or, like, things maybe being a little bit shadowy or whatever. But no, everybody's thrilled. Everybody's good in this card. The Sun is an actual, like, baby sun, which I love. And I'm sorry, but that's the faces. Y'all, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get past these faces. I was so excited for this deck, and now I'm flipping through it, and I'm like, I don't know. Because this sun, it's like, it almost looks like that kind of fake cheery, like, is it, who is it? Umbridge, Dolores Umbridge, like that fake cheery. That's what I get from that sun. Like, she doesn't look anything like, that sun doesn't look anything like Dolores Umbridge. But, like, it just gives me that kind of, I'm not so sure. And this horse looks worried. Like, why is there so much worry? That's an adorable Judgment card. And I like the World, too. She's sweet. I like that. And I like that we have the elemental symbols in the four corners, but they're kind of animated. That's super cute. Ace of Wands. Oh my god, she's like, I've got a broom and I am going to ride on it. She kind of looks like a cloud. The Two of Wands. I love the little brooms as the wands. They're really cute. They remind me of a magician's nephew. Three of Wands. This is cute. The scenery on this, though, makes me think immediately of the Page of Cups in the background. I think it's that sort of flat set design, like water with the ships rocking. Oh, and now our wands are oars and not brooms. Oh, they're not going to stay brooms. Oh, I see. The Four of Wands. That's cute. The Five of Wands. That's really interesting. Yeah, like if each hand is going to try to swing at and this one's going to pitch, like that's going to be a mess. You're going to bash yourself in the face. A funny cartoon that would make, but yeah. The 6 of Wands. I don't like how high up their nose is in the air, but I suppose that is a shadowier aspect of the 6 of Wands. I'm starting to wonder how much, if this is like the kind of deck that would be really cute to play with, but might not be the kind of deck I would read with, which was not what I was expecting, but we'll see how I think as I continue to go through the cards. In fact, actually, let's just pause. I just want to see for the 6 of Wands what the guidebook says. Just maybe that will shed some light on that. Let's see. The battle is over, so dance down that well-deserved parade. Your admiring crowd is cheering your victory. You are the leader here. Take on that responsibility and set yourself some worthwhile goals. That's a lovely message, but I feel like almost what I see in this card is this character like taking it for granted, all this external recognition and maybe, you know, boasting kind of energy. Like it feels very snobby. I don't know. Again, art is one of those things that's so subjective, so I just want to caveat this with like everybody's thoughts are going to be different. But this is giving me so much nostalgia. Like, I could imagine any single one of these scenes being, like, such a cute cartoon. The 8 of Wands. I love the witches flying. That's fantastic. The 9 of Wands. I will say there's a ton of character in this deck. The 10 of Wands. The Page. That's great. I love this little, like, salamander on his back who's kind of playing. Oh, there's the salamander again. Is that the... Oh no, he's got a totally different facial expression. Okay, there's our Knight of Wands. Still got the salamander there. Here we have the Queen of Wands. We have a cat. Some lions in the back. She looks a little startled. And the King of Wands. We got a lion underneath his director's chair here. The director idea here is really great for the King of Wands. I think it makes him come to life a bit, which I like. This is one of the cards I feel like I saw in the preview images that I think is so cute. The Ace of Cups just looks super pleased and happy and like kind of surprised in that nice way. This like ghosty up here seems alarmed though. The 2 of Cups, so cute. The 3 of Cups, they're all skeletons. There's a pumpkin. It's got like a fun, like cute vibe. The 4 of Cups. Okay, so the tree seems startled by the cloud offering the cup, and this guy in the front looks really grumpy. 5 of Cups. It's interesting that he's holding a mirror. It makes sense though, because often in the 5 of Cups, what we're really doing is kind of wallowing and being really self-focused in that moment. It's not always a bad thing. Sometimes that's necessary for grieving or for healing, but it's an interesting take on it for sure. Oh, and I think we're also supposed to notice that he's not casting a reflection, question mark, maybe? I don't know. 6 of Cups. I don't like that the buildings seem angry and imposing. Like, this card should feel very comforting and, like, I don't know, it should feel, to me, very, like, nostalgic and sweet. And so the, like, kind of angry, conflict-feeling buildings in the background kind of throw me off a little. That's cute. The 7 of Cups. That's really adorable. 8 of Cups. This is interesting because you get the feeling like this person's, like the 8 of Cups is often a moving on from things that just aren't serving anymore. And here you have the sun and the moon fighting in the sky and this idea that maybe there was conflict going on. So that feels very readable to me, that card. The 9 of Cups, it's still a dude with a bunch of wine, only it's a mushroom dude. The 10 of Cups, I love that it's like a family of like cartoon bees. That's really cute. The Page, there's our choppy water. The fish coming out of the cup. Our Knight of Cups. I love that Queen of Cups. I feel like I might have seen her. Oh, you know what? I know I watched Danny's walkthrough, but I don't think I paid attention to as much of the detail in the cards because a lot of these are memorable and then others are not at all. King of Cups. I love the pirate ship in the background. That's really cute. The Ace of Swords has definitely taken some woundies there. And we have this very shocked looking trunk in the back. Trunk? No. Yeah, tree trunk. Yes. I said it and it didn't sound right in the background. He looks like one of the card dudes from Alice in Wonderland. Oh no, what do I do? Paint the roses red. The 3 of Swords. Oh, that's an interesting take on it. Like, where are you going to aim the sword next? The 4 of Swords. This doesn't seem very restful if the place you're resting is being, like, active. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. The 5 of Swords. The 6. 7, that's super cute. He looks sneaky sneak. Love it. The 8. See, she looks really content being, like, literally she looks super snuggled up and cozy, which is not really the feeling I want from my 8 of Swords. The 9 of Swords. Aww, it's like the bed's scared too. Aww. And the 10 of Swords. He's like, peace. I'm done. Page of Swords. Knight of Swords. The Queen. And the King. So now we're into our pentacles. Here Cloud looks happy to be offering a pentacle. Yay! Okay, this is great for the 2 of Pentacles because you get that sort of tug and pull feeling that I think is often the way it feels in a 2 of Pentacles moment of like, which thing do I focus on? The 3 of Pentacles, the masonry and the kind of Illuminati feeling here. I don't know if Illuminati is the right word. Somebody's probably going to be like, what are you talking about, Lisa? I'm thinking totally the Da Vinci Code, and like Illuminati is the word that comes to mind, and I don't even think those things are related. Like, it's just the way that I explain things sometimes is super not helpful, but it's what pops into my brain. So there you go. But they are working together. You get the collab feel. Very Rider-Waite-Smith here for sure. And here as well. Very classic. Some of these cards, like this feels very much like a Rider-Waite-Smith clone with a cartoony vibe, which I think is what I was expecting. And I think that's really honestly what a lot of these cards feel like, except where, because they're so expressive, I feel like I'm very much having strong reactions to the expressions on faces and things, whereas I don't on other types of decks. I think because, again, this is such an expressive deck. 7 of Pentacles. The 8. See, okay. So this is the 9 of Pentacles, and it's like a giant flower, but the flower looks very not happy. It's probably just the way that the face is, but it just doesn't look... I feel like the 9 of Pentacles is a moment where we're usually enjoying life, where, you know, we're kind of reaping the rewards of our hard work, and I don't know. I'm feeling a lot more ambivalent than I thought I was going to. The 10 of Pentacles. Page. Knight. Queen. King, and then we have a happy squirrel and a sad squirrel, which totally makes sense in this deck. All right, let's get zoomed out. Let me sort of think about my thoughts a little. Let me share some of my thoughts as I shuffle. So I did feel myself deflating a little bit as I went through the deck. Not because it's not super darn cute, because it is, but because I think I was hoping that cuteness was going to translate into something that I wanted to do readings with. And I think the feeling I've been left with is that I'm honestly not sure I do. As much as I think this is a really fun deck, and I think it's got its place, and I think it's clever the way that everything is illustrated in this classic comic book style. Like, I feel like the things that kind of bugged me a little bit about the deck are also things that I would expect out of a deck like this, which means that it's a personal taste issue and not an issue, I think, with the way the deck was made. I find myself, because of how, as I mentioned before, how expressive the characters are, I just feel myself drawn to look at every single face. It's like literally where my eyes go. As soon as I go to a new card, I'm immediately looking at faces. And that means I'm looking at the central figure's face, which is great, the King of Pentacles. But I'm also looking at the faces of all the buildings and any creatures that are around our King of Pentacles. And that's informing the way that I am interpreting the look of the card. And like here, it's done like really effectively. I think we have our happy squirrel and our sad squirrel. In our happy squirrel card, the tree is happy, the sun is happy, our squirrel is happy. And here we have an angry cloud, angry squirrel, and angry tree, right? So it's cohesive. But I feel like in some of them, we have a card that would otherwise be, say, happy with like weird faces that don't align with the meaning of the card in my mind, right? For example, our Queen of Wands, she's normally very confident and very sure of herself, and her physical posture suggests that. But we have a sunflower who's looking really like shocked or alarmed. And our Queen of Wands, because of her facial expression, looks kind of surprised or caught off guard or a little shell-shocked to me, as opposed to like really confident. You know what I mean? Here, our High Priestess is surrounded by these very like imposing, almost angry or sinister looking pillars. And the moon looks a little bit kind of like dubious or worried, like maybe they can't trust the central figure. And it throws off the meaning of the card for me. Interesting, because that's not something I would have expected from this particular deck. I think I expected it to feel a lot more playful. Like here, the expressions are really used effectively. And again, this is why I know it's subjective, right? Because I felt myself getting kind of pickier and pickier, and all because of the way that I was honing in on the different faces in the deck. Now, everybody's experience of the deck like this would be different, right? And I think that if this artwork draws you, and if it makes you smile and it makes you laugh, or it makes you feel happy, or it makes you feel excited to work with the tarot, then this might be exactly the deck for you. But as I'm flipping through it, I'm just realizing I don't think I would read with it. And again, it could be literally I'm just very distractible. Like again, here in the Four of Swords, the way this was moving, it doesn't feel peaceful and restful. It feels like something's happening and maybe he's being ferried away. And maybe this is my imagination. I just realized maybe that's part of what's getting me into trouble here, because it's like I'm imagining what's happening in the scene. They all feel very active. They all feel like there's a lot happening. And it's almost like I have more of a three-dimensional picture in my mind about what's happening in the card. And so all of a sudden there's a lot more assumptions I'm making about the scene because of that, which is a really interesting quality, because on one hand, that means that the art is incredibly effective at giving me that cartoony, like almost like living, breathing feeling. But on the other hand, it gives me more things that I could potentially not align with when I'm looking at the card. I don't know if this is making any sense, but I would be really curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this deck, how you would interpret this kind of artwork. Did you notice the faces the way that I did, or is that just me? The whole deck is nostalgia for me. It just reminds me of like sitting on the floor on these big cushions in my grandparents' downstairs, like basement area, watching cartoons on the TV that had to warm up for 20 minutes. You know what I mean? That's what it makes me think of. And I think it's great for that. But I feel like this is a deck I would like pull down and like flip through and kind of giggle a little bit and then put away. And I think that's my sort of first reaction to this, which interestingly enough was not what I was expecting. So I'm just really excited and eager to hear what you guys think. We're gonna do like that. How about that? We're gonna do a little short fan. But I want to take a quick look before I wrap up this video at the guidebook, because I do think we're getting a pretty meaty guidebook compared to what we've gotten in the past. Here we have a Major Arcana intro. Roll up, roll up. The Major Arcana takes center stage as life's big moments, the thresholds we must pass, the misfortunes that bring us down, and the triumphs that make us soar. It's the grand journey of consciousness, the self's slow becoming. When these cards pop up in a reading, pay attention. The show is about to start. Man, I just know that this deck is going to like, oh yeah, here was that Hermit. Sorry, let me finish my sentence. I feel like this deck, for the people that like really love this art and like think it's fun and engages if it engages your imagination in the right kind of way, this could be an excellent reader, because there's just so much personality. But again, that makes it even more subjective, I guess. So here's what it says about the Hermit, because I had quite a reaction to this Hermit card. So let's see what it says. Somewhere between heaven and earth stands a lonely night watchman, his lantern illuminating the darkness as he stands vigilant, scanning the horizon for answers. He is old but strong, and the snow around him is fresh and new. He took his own path to this heavenly peak, but is it now time to withdraw and settle one's accounts? Don't put off till tomorrow what can be achieved today. Use your experiences to cast a new light on situations. Be strong and certain and deal with your problems when the time comes for action. Don't hide away from your path. Okay, that's decent. It's a decent little guidebook write-up. The Minor Arcana. It's not all climactic scenes and grand finales. In between the game-changing events, life happens, and life is what it's all about. The Minor Arcana takes us through the everyday, the lessons we learn, the people who surround us, and the decisions we must make. Every part of life, no matter how small, is part of the grand tapestry, and it can all be found here. And I did a sample reading from the Six of Wands earlier. I do like the way that this is full color and it's just illustrated in this really cute style. And there's a bit about how to read the tarot as well as some spreads. So there is a what's a happening spread. That's cute. Lights, camera, action, a spirit scale. Look at that artwork. Oh, it's so cute. This deck is freaking adorable, and I'm kind of bummed that I'm not feeling drawn to it as a working deck, but I will say it's so cute. I know I spread the cards out already. It's really fun. But yeah, I think this might be the kind of deck that ends up being a dust collector in my collection. So I don't know. I'm going to have to sit with this one for a bit, maybe play around with it, see what I think. Cannot wait to hear what you guys think. And don't forget to check out the links in the description box down below where you can check out this deck for yourself. It is a mass market deck, so it's very affordable if you decide you want to check it out, at least for those of us who have easy access to Liminal 11 products. Thank you again so much for hanging out with me while I took you on this first impressions walkthrough. As always, don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video or you found value in it. Subscribe if you're new here, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you are notified of all my future videos and live streams. Thank you all so much, and may your magic always shine from the inside out. Bye, guys.